So, this is the first ever piece of technology that I ever bought with my own money. This is the iPod Touch. I bought this device in 2010 after I got kind of a gig and made some money from that gig. And I was so excited to be able to buy this device. I've been using it. It has a few cracks on the screen, but it works perfectly fine. I still use it to listen to music when traveling and so forth. And unfortunately for most of us, with all this nostalgia and kind of affinity for the iPod, Apple has decided to completely discontinue the production of the iPod. In this episode of PKBinspire, I'm going to walk us down memory lane to actually see the role of the iPod in the evolution of technology and how this iPod actually revolutionized the way we consume content, especially music.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning.
The original iPod, which was introduced on October 23rd, 2001, was the first MP3 player that could actually hold 1,000 songs, and the battery life was almost impeccable, 10 hours of battery life. And not to talk of the beautiful design, somewhat minimalist, but at the same time stunning and gorgeous. The iPod was really a true device that was ahead of its time. The iPod was unveiled back in 2001 by Steve Jobs.
The world, and they have done a remarkable job. And let me show you. This is what iPod looks from the side. Again, about 3/4 of an inch thick. I'm going to show you the back first because I'm in love with it. It's stainless steel. It's really, really durable. It's beautiful. And this is what the front of it looks like. Boom. That's iPod. I happen to have one right here in my pocket, matter of fact. There it is, right there. So, this amazing little device holds 1,000 songs.
At the time of the unveiling, the original iPod cost $399 and had a capacity of 5 gigabytes. With the birth of the iPod also came iTunes, which basically was a software that enabled the distribution of music. Music producers, artists were able to put their content on iTunes. The innovation here was that Apple was able to negotiate with most of these music distributors and music producers to get their songs on the platform at a very reasonable price that made sense for Apple and also for the producers. The original iPod was such a success that in 2005, Apple unveiled the iPod Nano. The iPod Nano was basically some form of a miniaturized iPod that was so small that it could fit in the pocket. Watch this video of Steve Jobs demonstrating the iPod Nano.
I've got a pocket right here. Now this pocket's been the one that your iPod's gone in, traditionally. The iPod and the iPod mini fit great in there. You ever wonder what this pocket's for? I've always wondered that. Well, now we know, because this is the new iPod Nano.
In 2007, Apple unveiled the iPod Touch. So the iPod Touch actually, that is what I purchased in 2010, my very first piece of technology. So this is the iPod Touch that was unveiled in 2007. In fact, the iPod was Apple's highest selling product in 2005. Apple sold about 22.5 million iPods across the globe. It's really hard to imagine a world, obviously, without the iPod. The iPod was so successful that in 2007, when Steve Jobs was unveiling the iPhone, he made reference to the iPod.
3 things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device.
A lot of columnists and people in the industry make reference to the fact that without the iPod, there probably would not be an iPhone. A lot of the design similarities at the onset of the iPhone actually corroborates this argument. The iPod redefined how we discovered music, how we listen to music, and how we share music. And so why would Apple announce that they are going to discontinue their production of the iPod? Here are the top 3 reasons that you should be aware of. The number 1 reason given by Apple is that these days their music is completely integrated across all the Apple platforms. And so that unique market positioning of the iPod being that device that enabled you to carry your music wherever you went, that unique positioning is no longer relevant in today's world. And so you don't really need the iPod in order to carry your music or to stream your music or basically to share the music you are listening to your friends and families. And so it makes sense that with the seamless integration of the iTunes across multiple devices, definitely the iPod has lost its savor in the market. The number 2 reason given by Apple is that, these days with Apple Music, you can discover 90 million songs with over 30,000 playlists, on the platform. With this, you actually don't necessarily need a device like the iPod, because there's cloud-based storage that basically enables you to do what the iPod can do on your iMac or any of the devices like the iPhone. If, for example, you want to listen to music at home, you now have the Apple HomePod. If you are going on jogging and you want to listen to music, you have your Apple Watch. If you are basically on the train, going for a meeting or just commuting, you have your iPhone. And so that unique positioning of the iPod being that device that enables you to listen to music on the go has lost that market relevance and that competitive edge within the space. The last reason that I can deduce, being a supply chain professional, is that, raw materials for production are increasingly becoming scarce. If a product like the iPod is completely losing its market relevance and competitive edge, then it behoves on Apple basically to use the scarce resources or the raw material resources that they have to produce products that are relevant for the customer. Why would any company expend their resources producing a product that does not place well in the market? So that could be the number 3 reason that I have personally deduced, that the raw material scarcity means that Apple has to focus on their key competency in producing the products that are performing and outperforming their competition in the marketplace. So if you're thinking of getting an iPod for yourself, maybe for the sake of nostalgia, you still can get your hands on the iPod, but they are just going to sell what is in stock and no new production would actually happen for this incredible device. So there would be resellers and people on Amazon and eBay who probably would sell slightly used iPods, but Apple as a company has officially discontinued the iPod production. It was a nice ride and it was a great device. The iPod, maybe we say RIP or maybe see you soon. Whatever it is, thank you for staying tuned. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with